Why do I like performing? Whoa, that's a question and a half.
I like performing because there's this kind of worry or fear that you're going to mess something up, something you've been working on for a while, and you kind of have this one shot to get it perfect, like at the right.
I'll look at you. Why do I like performing?
Oh my god, I can't. I like spending a lot of time working on something, and then the rush that you get when you're performing it finally, and that fear, is something going to go wrong? Am I going to remember everything, or will it be the best version of it that we've done yet? And I also like performing with other people because it's just a really nice moment when you're about to go on and everyone's really nervous, a lot of good energy, and then when you come off stage and or the space that you're performing in, and yeah, it's just a really special, unique feeling.
Okay, I'm just going to start telling by the smell of the seats because that usually gets me into the answer. So what I love is first when you step into a theatre is the old kind of really dusty smell that you get, and you can just kind of tell, and there's like there's nothing on the stage and the lights are kind of on, and there's just like the smoke that you can see, and there's this real ambiance and smell that you just kind of get, and you're like, whoa, something incredible is going to happen.
It's almost like a dream coming to life, and I've always liked this second reality that happens inside the theatre.
Have the power to distract people, to take them away from what's going on in the world and get them and kind of take them in and show them another place, another time, and kind of transform them is a very powerful tool.
I've always loved this whole world of people getting out of the real life and going into another one, maybe a more real one.
I don't know, it's lots of different feelings that are coming to me rather than why do I like it as a whole. It's the kind of experiences that I've had that make it really special.
TV or movies, I'd be dancing in front of the TV when I was really little. So my mom put me in like ballet and tap classes probably like once or twice a week. It was very casual.
I started when I was 9, so I've been dancing for about 12 years, I think. And yeah, I grew up just dancing every day after school.
When I was about 12, I started taking things more seriously. I was only doing ballet, like I quit all the other sports, and that was probably 3 or 4 days a week. It was very strict.
Some days on the weekend, some days not, but I would also dance on my own.
5, 6, 7 days a week. Whenever we could get in the studio, we were dancing.
In class, but I would also do it outside of class, just for my own kind of therapy.
What do you hate hate the most about the dance world? Sometimes I really hate that you need to focus on one thing, or like you have to be limited sometimes to in networking and what you do. And I just want to, my goal is to stay as wide as I can and learn as many things as I can. And I think you're a dancer and an artist for everything. You don't have to be a contemporary dancer or a ballet dancer or a commercial dancer, but if you're an artist, you should embrace all of your qualities and desires, and it shouldn't be a bad thing that you're not just focusing on one thing. Limitation is the thing I hate most about dance.
Maybe the fact that it sometimes gets too judgmental and limiting and does not allow actually the people that serve this art form to evolve.
What I hate most is that I feel like it could be such a community, but instead there's so much like competition, and it's like even if you're friends with someone, you're still kind of like, maybe they're gonna take my job, or like I'm gonna take theirs, and it creates this weird dynamic. And then there's also like a hierarchy, even if you think there's not, there's still like different levels that you're on. So.
Oh, that's a difficult question. I'm not really from the dance world. So for me, it's kind of coming into this, because I'm from an acting background, so coming into this whole dance world is actually a kind of shock in itself. But what I would say from my very short time of being in this world of dance, I would say is how sometimes your individuality isn't celebrated, where something needs to be very structured, or linear, or you know, the choreographer has something very much in mind and it needs to be the same, which is great for some pieces, but then your individuality is lost, and in a way that's kind of what dance is celebrating, as well as like the creative world. So, you know, there's that whole thing of, again, being put in a box, when dance is about getting out of that box, which can be quite difficult to, you know, navigate if you're new coming into it, or you know, been in it for ages and you know how to play the game. It's not an easy one to navigate. So.
Are you an introvert or an extrovert, and how does that relate to the way you dance? I definitely am both. Like introverted, extrovert. I get so much energy from being around other people, and recently I'm becoming more in touch with my introverted side, and I can feel when I need some me time to recharge and like be ready to be with other people again.
I feel like I'm like introverted in some ways and then extroverted in others, and it really depends on who I'm with, because I feel like if I'm around people that I like enjoy being around and I get energy from, then I like could be around them forever. But then other people I'm like, okay, I need to like take a step back and whatever.
I'm definitely more introverted. I've definitely found some extroversion through dance, I think, because any performance, I think, like any performance art and practicing something like dance forces you to be the one being seen and like take hold of the space. I think that's really pushed me to find some confidence and some extroversion, and also the dance community is so welcoming, and finding a space within that I think has pulled out some of my extroverted side, but I definitely still need my own time.
I feel like I'm a little more introverted. I tend to like keep a lot of things to myself, even though sometimes it may not seem like it to other people. But I think that definitely does relate to the way I dance. I tend to like go in on myself when I dance. And I feel like sometimes people notice that, but I don't know, that's just like what I like to do. So yeah, I feel like that has a relation, kind of.
So a little of both, mostly introverted.
That also really depends. Like if I'm with people that things are working with, I feel like I get so much more out of it, and I have so much more energy, and I have so much more like just like ideas and passion and whatever. But then I feel like if it's not working and it's not, I don't know, vibing the way that I want it to, it's like not working at all. So I feel like it's really like dependent on the environment whether I feel introverted or extroverted, if that makes sense.
My favorite way to dance or to create is improv jams and just kind of improvising in the space together, and I get so much energy when I'm dancing with other people. But I think there's something about, even if you're just focusing on doing your own thing in that space, that's really nice, but to have the sort of support and like the energy is kind of kept up by the people around you. So I feel like that's quite reflective in the sort of introverted, extroverted way of being. you make an intense dancer face for me?
Nice. Next.
What is your goal right now? Dance performance related.
Okay, dance or performance related. I definitely want to, find more opportunities to create work, to perform. I have been working on some solo stuff, but I think, especially this month, working with other dancers again, I really miss that kind of co-creation and just having more people to work with. So my goal is to try and form some kind of collective and like find like-minded people that are in the same city I live in, and just kind of work on something. Location's kind of important because I can't do the Zoom thing anymore, and I was never technologically capable of that.
I want to dive more into this whole process. I feel like I've missed it so much the last 2 years. Nothing really happened dance related, and I just want to do it. Anything about it, I just want to do it.
I've been this whole year, of course, everyone has been very much alone, and I've been just doing my own things. So I just want to be in a company or a collective, in a group, and just be creative with others, and to be in a performance with a group, and feel the energy from different bodies, and that's like the goal right now.
I'm on the same page, but also it's kind of that whole thing of just kind of dancing as the way your body wants it to, like how it feels good, like because they can also, once you kind of get back into that whole performance thing, it can be very stressful as to like how like the technique and that kind of stuff, and not coming from a dancing background. What I've enjoyed the most is just being able to kind of just enjoy moving. So to make that kind of work and to kind of celebrate each other's individuality and how they move in that kind of way, I think is really important. But it's the same thing. I mean, it's just kind of being able to be on a stage again or in the street again. It doesn't really matter where it is, as long as you're, being honest in your work as well. Yes, important to me. So
my goal has always been to do work that I like and that really challenges me, with people that I also really enjoy being around. Like the community aspect is really important to me, and along with that, being able to share it with like a really broad audience, and to connect with people in that way too. So within the studio and on stage and in any other performance scenario.
Like moving forward, I just want to work on expanding like my own like creations, as well as like working off of other people and like figuring out like what works best for them and what works best for me, and like how I can build my own movement vocabulary in relation to what other people can bring to the table as well.
I feel like I just want to like dance with other people.
In a club.
in a club.
In a club.
No, honestly, that too.
that too.
Like dance or performance related. Like I want to like get drunk and dance in a club.
Literally, we're hearing the music of the night. And I was like, I just want to stay
like,
and
social dance. Like social.
100%. I think you said clap.
It's a wrap.
Woo!